Hello YouTube, all you crazy guys and girls out in video land. There's been people asking me, what do I prefer? The Keltec RDB or the Norinco T97? And I hope to answer this, but it's going to be a little unfair because between the Generation 1 and the Generation 3 of the T97, I've done almost 10,000 rounds. Whereas with the Keltec, I've only done 215 rounds. So it's going to be a little unfair comparing the two, but I'm going to try to do my best. This one here, this is the Keltec T97 bullpup, chambered in 5.56 and can shoot a 223. This one was adopted by the, similar. This is a T97, the 95, which is almost identical, was adopted by the Chinese military and has been proven tens of thousands of rounds. Has been proven through the Chinese military, to be reliable, accurate, battle-proven, all that kind of stuff. So this one has quite a history to it, whereas the RBD doesn't have anywhere near the history of the T97. The T97, I personally, I absolutely adore it. It's been proven reliable, never given me any trouble. Out of 10,000 rounds, I got one bullet where the bullet didn't feed properly and it was pushed into the shell. That's 1 out of 10,000. Can't ask for better than that. Proven reliable, very accurate, up to 1 MOA at 100 yards. Extremely rugged, tough, well built. Really nice rifle. Strongly recommend. Have no problem recommending this to anybody. Perfect for defense against things like wolves, coyotes, wild boars, cougars, mountain lions, that sort of stuff. Really recommend this gun. You won't go wrong and you'll enjoy it. However, this one, very similar, is the Keltec RBD 223. Now it says in the book that this is rated for 5.56, but on the barrel it says 223, so I don't know. I'm only going to shoot 223 through it just to make sure. But it'll probably do both. People on the internet have shot both. This has been well proven publicly over the internet. There's a guy that shot 10,000 rounds, and there's many people that have done thousands of rounds with no problem. Very nice, very accurate, publicly proven, not military, but publicly proven to be reliable, dependable, tough, rugged, well built. What more could you want? My personal experience with these is it seems to be reliable. I'm hoping that it'll live up to its name and public reputation. I love that the ejection port is here, so it ejects down instead of out. So I don't need to worry about shooting it and then transferring it to the other shoulder, or left or right, because it ejects down and not out. So I don't need to worry about my face or my lip or anything. Whereas with the T95 or T97, it ejects sideways. So the ejection port is right here, which is fine if I'm shooting it right-handed, perfect. But if I go to switch, I used to have a, what do you call those? It's a Trigicon ACOG. But I found with the Trigicon ACOG, I used to have to get my eye right close to it, which would put my lip right by the ejection port, and the shells coming out could bang on my nose or mouth, split my lip, whatever. So this basically is a right-handed only gun. Even in the Chinese military, all their soldiers were taught, you are now right-handed. Whether you shot left-handed or not, you were taught to shoot right-handed because it's a right-handed design. So I now have a Vortex 5-time magnified scope because I can go back here and see through it. So if I go to the left, I can put my face here and see through it, leaving the ejection port ahead of my face, which is why I prefer the Vortex. What's it called? What is it? It's a 5-time magnified scope anyway. Spitfire is what they call that. And of course I have my red dot on top, because in the military they have a saying, 2 is 1 and 1 is none, which is true with sights. If this one breaks or have a problem with this one, I can still have a second sight or a backup sight, and vice versa. So I have that on all my rifles. Whereas this one, I don't have a problem with left or right because it ejects down. I personally took this to the range yesterday, I think, and shot 215 rounds or something like that. A little over 200 anyway. I had no problem, no failure to feed, no ejects or failure to eject, no failure to fire. This is 100% reliable once I set the gas block setting. That's another thing I prefer about the Keltec is the T97 right here has an adjuster for 3 different settings, 0, 1 and 2. 0 turns it into like a bolt action, single shot. You have to physically charge it every time. 1 is for regular use and 2 is for when it gets dirty or foul. It puts more gas to the block to make it more reliable. This gun can be shot wet, dry, dirty, doesn't matter. Very nice gun. Love it and I'll never get rid of it. This one on the other hand, in the front here, has a little wheel you can turn. You turn it all the way to the right, it'll put more, more gas to the bolt to help with it getting dirty or gummed up or whatever. It turns it all the way to the left, it gives you less gas, which eventually when you turn it all the way to the left, it's like a single shot where you have to crank it every time to eject the shell. And you can only use 1 bullet per load. Whereas with it all the way in, you can do a full magazine without worry, whether it's wet, dry, dirty or whatever. What I prefer about this is that it has more settings than the Norinco. But it's just as good. Both of them are steel mounted Picatinny rail up top. This one, the Norinco, comes just like this one with a plastic or polymer lower. Now the problem with this one is the polymer lower does not have a safety. Like here you'll notice there's a safety, right? That's because I bought the T97 lower, which is metal, comes with a safety because normally the lower that comes on the gun, the safety is way back here, right in your armpit. So if you have to take it off target, turn this a full 180 degrees to put it on safe. Turn it another 180 degrees to put it on fire and re-aim or reposition your hands. Whereas now, put it on safe, all I gotta do is that. Okay? And it's a 90-degree throw, like on AR. This one, I know. That, my friend, first of all, you can slap the charging handle just like on H&K. But what I have loaded in all of my guns are what they call snap caps. They're plastic dummy rounds. They're not real. I have that in there. To protect the firing pin when I fire them, when I dry fire them. This one now, the Keltec, comes with a safety right here that's right or left-handed. You can put it up or down, either side. This one is a lot more ergonomic in that all the controls are both right and left side. The safety is here. Your mag release is a button here. And all you do is move your hand backward to eject the mag. This automatically when you shoot the last round, it automatically locks open. And there's a little button here that you push. You push it down to release the bolt. Whereas this one, to release the bolt, it has an automatic bolt open, but to release the bolt, you have to pull back on the charging handle. There is no automatic bolt release on the T97. So for that, this gun is a bit more convenient. I personally, well, I'm kind of biased because I really love the T97. I have a lot of experience with it. I don't know much about this other than what I see on YouTube, but seems to be just as reliable. It's not quite as accurate. The T97 is a 1 MOA at 100 yards. This one is 1.5 to 2 MOA at 100 yards, which is still military quality, but not quite as tight as the T97. But for me, target shooting, it's great. I can shoot a 5-inch gong 200 meters away, which is 220 yards, and hit it every time. So for me, this is plenty good enough. Perfect for protecting itself or cattle or whatever from wildlife, mountain lions, wild hogs, cougars, wolves, coyotes, that kind of stuff. Perfectly good enough. Of course, I wouldn't use this on anything as big as a bear, or there has been people that have used this and killed moose and deer, but not recommended. I love the idea everything is ambidextrous, right and left-handed. I love the idea it comes with slings here on both sides, here on both sides, and here. So this comes with 7 sling points, whereas the T97 only comes with a front and a rear, like a 2-point sling. One thing I do like about the T97 is this one. You can, when you get the lower, not the one it comes with, but if you get the lower, you can add any kind of AR pistol grip, okay? But the one it comes with is all polymer, and it comes with a toolkit that's inserted in your pistol grip, toolkit for cleaning and getting stuck bullets or whatever out. This one, what you see is what you get. Very nice, comfortable, no storage in the bottom, but very nice and comfortable. I love the idea, like I said, it downward ejects. You don't have to worry about switching sides around barricades or whatever. I would strongly recommend this to anyone. I can recommend it stronger when I go through more ammo, but from what I see on the internet, I think I could recommend this, and even for law enforcement or private security. This, not military, because mud can get where it ejects and can kind of go behind the bolt and gums and things up. So in swampy conditions, I wouldn't recommend this for the military. But for law enforcement or private security or just personal ownership, self-defense, whatever, yeah, I could recommend this. I would have no problem carrying this out to where there's things like cougars and wildlife, just carrying this for protection. I'd have no problem with that. Anyway, which one do I prefer? Hard to say. I prefer the convenience of this gun, in that you can change right or left-handed. If I'm shooting it and I'm with somebody that's left-handed, I can hand them this gun without fear. I could switch sides. I like the convenience of the downward eject, keeping everything right by your feet instead of scattering it all over the ground. Because with my accident, I'm limited as to how far I can walk, how long I can stay on my legs, that kind of stuff. So this makes it much more convenient. And I prefer this one for that reason, that it's more convenient for me. But with a Norinco. I prefer this one because it's been proven to me with 10,000 rounds to be every bit what I hoped a rifle would be. Its accuracy, reliability, tough, rugged, dependable, accurate. What more could you want? What more could you want? But it's the same with the RDB from Keltec. Tough, reliable, dependable, accurate, rugged. What more could you want? What more could you want? They're both the same that way. So it's really going to be up to you which one you prefer. They're both exactly the same as far as the build goes. This one comes with polymer lower that does not get hot. So does that one. But it's just like this one. You can buy a metal foregrip, okay, like this here. You can buy very Keltec, okay. It goes on. See, this one is plastic. It comes with a picketing rail molded in, which is what I have my angle foregrip and light and laser on. But you can put a metal one that comes with M-lock mounts and everything. You can put that on here, and you can add picketing rails, which I've done here and here, to mount your angle foregrip and your light and laser or anything you want on it. So you have the capability of a metal foregrip, but it's not needed. In fact, I'll probably be selling this one to anyone who wants the metal foregrip for their RDB. I'd be probably willing to sell this to them, although it's pricey, for anyone who wants it. Because I plan to keep the polymer one on there, because this has everything I need. The angle foregrip, it being polymer, obviously won't get hot. It has my light and laser, this one being metal, you tend to absorb the heat over a period of time of shooting, because it's metal will absorb heat from the gas block, whereas this won't. Anyway, so lots of differences, likes and dislikes. Likes and dislikes on the Keltec and the T97. Which one do I prefer? This one's more convenient, which I like, but it's not recommended for military or swampy conditions, whereas that one is and has been proven. See, that's a metal one. That's a plastic one. And to me, the plastic one looks just as nice as the metal one does. And of course, it doesn't grab the heat, and it has everything I need. I have my laser, my angle foregrip, or if I want to take this off, I put a bipod with a vertical grip, whatever I want. So that's it. One thing I recommend is an enlarged magwell opening so you can load your magazines easier. And I recommend, I ordered it but not here yet, there's the bolt release, there's a lever that you can get that when you load the magazine, you just push up on the lever to release the bolt. Because I find this bolt release, although it works, you gotta use both sides to push down to make it easier, because it's kind of hard, very stiff doing it with one finger. But that's my take for the T97 compared to the RDB. I like them both. I'm going to keep both of them. I will rely on both of them in all kinds of weather and conditions that I am subject to. I am not going to war, so I don't have to have a battle-proven what I call swamp-ready rifle, because that's not going to be me. Okay, they'll both do me fine, and 90% of the time will both do you fine, unless you're in the military. So which one's better than the other? They're about the same. It's up to you what you want or what you find convenient as to whether you'd prefer one or the other. But that's it for me today, YouTube. I hope that kind of cleared up a little bit. Doesn't really matter which one you want. They'll both do you fine. They've both been proven tough, rugged, reliable, accurate, strong, well built. What more could you want? What more could you want? It's up to you what you want as to which one you get. And I hope I answered the question which one I prefer. I don't really. I like them both about the same. One's a little more convenient than the other, but one's been proven to me with 10,000 rounds, whereas the other I've only done a couple of hundred, but they seem to be the same. And if my RDB goes through as many rounds as my T97 does, then I won't have a preference. I'd like them both the same. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Keep an eye on the channel. There'll be more coming to you in the future. Don't forget to like and share and comment and subscribe. I would really like to thank everyone for viewing my channel, and those who have subscribed means a lot to me. Really does. And thanks again. I hope I answered your question. Bye for now. Bye.